Very good afternoon, sir. I am from neighboring country Nepal, where 92.6% of the population are non-vegetarian. Leave about this vegetarian or anything. Most, not even a 10% of the population are vegetarian. And me, I feel as I joined naturopathy, I feel like I should at least be vegetarian. So if I am here in Uzire, I am not consuming any meat. But if I go back to my native, even if I feel like I don't want to eat, my cousin, my relatives, my own family member are consuming, and because of those influence also I have to consume the meat. And my question is, how can I tell them, how can I make them understand that consuming meat is not that good, and how can I make my family and society understand this thing?
Okay, I have several things to say to what he said. First thing is, you said after coming here to Ujire, you no longer consume meat and you're a vegetarian. May I ask you why?
Because at first I only don't like I don't like how it is made, how it is bought up. I have seen in my neighbor they are like boilers eggs. They are they are making them grow and they are selling it. I have been seeing it from my
Basically, because you saw it's violent, only you wanted to stop eating meat, is what you're saying. The violence, okay, fine. But after hearing my speech, you do acknowledge the fact that dairy is also violent, if not more violent than the meat industry. Do you agree with that statement or do you disagree with that statement?
I agree with this statement, but in my home, every day 2 to 3 liters of milk is bought. My dad and my brother...
No. We'll talk about Ujire right now. Right now, here, as you said you became a vegetarian because you realized that meat consumption is something that didn't agree with you morally. You felt personally you didn't agree with your ethics. Okay, fine. But then my question is, does the production of dairy and dairy consumption agree with your ethics or not?
I agree that milk production and all these are violating animals.
Yes.
But myself, if I say, I understand the fact that it's coming from animal violence, but still, as I'm...
No, we're talking only about you right now. We'll get to your family a little bit. The reason why I'm saying that is because you are saying you want to go home and convince your family, right? That's a different thing altogether. Right now, I am trying to convince you. You get my point, friend? I am trying to ask you, for the same reasons why you wanted to stop eating meat, are you willing to apply first those same reasons and also stop supporting the dairy industry is my question to you.
No, sir, I can't, because my thing is I'm consuming it from the day I was born, I guess.
All of us are?
Not like that, but there is cow in my home. From my childhood, I am being fed with the cow milk, so it will be very hard for me to at least leave milk.
No, I understand it's hard, but don't you agree that it's harder for the animal? I'm not trying to be mean to you. Please don't think I'm standing here with you and trying to argue with you or shame you. That's not the thing. I am just merely trying to connect the dots. That if you are saying this one statement that you feel violence is wrong, and you very much went to the point of not even eating meat and now even wanting to convince your family to not eat meat, but you're unwilling to connect the dot to dairy, and when it comes to dairy, you are giving the exact same reasons your family might give. Isn't that unfair?
I am asking you, how can I make myself and my family understand in this thing?
How can you make yourself understand? Only you can do that. I mean, I can give you the information and only you can think about it, ruminate it, and then see if you want to take it or not, right? I mean, I cannot force you. I can only give you information. I want to just point out to you that what you're saying right now is a little bit on the unfair side, just being the fact that you are placing your morals and values against meat consumption, which is, I agree with you. But the moment it becomes a little difficult for you when it comes to dairy, you're like, I don't want to do this. And I'm just saying that we should not be placing our convenience over ethics. That's the first point I want to make. Next thing is, when you go to your family and convince them, you may not ever be able to convince them. And then you also made the statement that when you go there, your family eats, your friends eat, so you have to eat. I'm asking you, why do you have to? What happens if you say like, hey mom, just make a separate dish for me? You mean they'll refuse to make for you separately? They'll refuse to. Will they at least permit you to cook by yourself? Then do that. See, the thing is that you can ask me right now how many friends and family I have managed to convince to go vegan, and the answer is 0. How many random strangers have I convinced? I can't even count at this point. The thing is that friends and family will never take us seriously, because when they see me, they'll be like, oh God, here comes Aravind. Okay, he's going to start talking about veganism right now. Oh great, just ignore him, guys. Like, my friends and family will always look at me as that one idiot. But when I stand on stage and give a speech like this, people apparently are listening. I would say it's rather better to talk to strangers than our own family, because our family, for the most part, you said you're from Nepal. I'm guessing, since the culture is so similar, Nepalese parents are quite similar to Indian parents. They control you a lot, and they're not going to let you free to do what you want, right? Yeah, okay, same thing. Okay, so the thing is that don't waste your energy basically in banging your head against a brick wall. You can try to talk to someone, give them information, and if they're taking it and if they're interested, well and good. You can make them watch documentaries, watch a few videos, give them a book or something about veganism, all of that is good. But if they're constantly in your face mocking you, making fun of you, and when you're eating, hey look, I put an egg in your plate, if they keep doing something like that, means there's no point in talking to that person. That person is not going to listen to you. They've already closed their mind completely. Like I told you in the beginning, a human mind is like a parachute. Only works when it's open. There's no point in talking to close-minded people. They've already closed their mind. Which is why, like I told you, I am out there searching for people with a similar mind. If you want to make a difference and be an activist, you also have to make the effort of going out there and searching people with a similar mind. But before you go out there and start educating people, I would please request upon you humbly, take some time to do more research about the dairy industry. Find out where you can get your calcium or other nutrients from plant sources. It's very much possible. And there are students here right now who are saying that they did want to become vegan, right? You could probably sit with them. They'll guide you. They'll help you through. It can be possible. So the only thing is, take some time to do some research. When you go home, like you said, if they don't make food for you, you make food for yourself. But you stand by your ethics. Because my parents did not support me. Because I was a hardcore meat eater. They are vegetarians. From meat eater, I went to vegan. First, they were happy. I told them, Mom, Dad, I won't be eating meat. They're like, thank God. But I won't be drinking milk. Oh no. Because they're like, either he's in this extreme or he's in this extreme. He's not coming to where we are. And they too were not cooperative when I tried to become a vegan at all. I asked them, Mom, can you please make this without curd? No. Either eat this or starve. That's exactly what she looked into my eyes and told me. Either eat the food I make or starve. So that's when I was around 22, I started to learn how to cook myself. And I am right now, without being much boastful, I'm a fabulous chef. I can cook amazing food, seriously. So learn to cook. We have to take the responsibility in our own hands. We have to take accountability. I'm not saying it will be easy for you. I'm not saying it's going to be a walk with rose petals in front of you. It will be hard. But you will be doing the right thing. And as a human being, you are standing up and saying, each time you sit down to eat, I am against injustice, I am against violence and exploitation, so I'm a vegan. And as you stand by your values like that, you will be surprised that the people around you slowly start respecting you. Okay, wow, we thought she'd not become vegan, but she's actually a vegan. It's going on for 6 months, 1 year right now. Maybe we are wrong. Maybe we should try to take inspiration from her. Without you knowing, my family is not vegan, but they have reduced their dairy consumption like crazy. Or many of my relatives, that they have done. So you can inspire people just through your very existence, just through your very actions. So all I'll say is, yes, it's not going to be easy, but please dive headfirst in for the animals, and all the best. Is there anything else you'd like from me? Any other kind of advice?
It's like I feel like everything should start from myself and then my family. Rather than going and talking in the society, it's better if I improve myself and my family at the first. So isn't it better if I convince my family at first and then go for the society?
You can. See, my aim here is not to make people into animal rights activists. If you want to go out there and educate more people, that's your choice, whether you want to or not. Because not everyone is in a position where they'll want to come and start talking about it. Because I understand the kind of pressures you will face. Because if you will say like, hey bro, I am vegan, I am just being this way, you be your way, no problem there. It's when we try to talk to them is when they get angry and pissed off, right? So if you want to be an activist and speak up, that's completely upon you. But my aim is to convince people themselves to become vegan. And if you think you really can, means go ahead. That's a wonderful outlook to have. And I wish you all the best on that. That's a good outlook to have.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.